Hey guys, please don't forget to push the subscribe button. Conjure on.
Hey guys, I'm making this video about Daca and how I had seen in the 2018 reading, which I'm going to leave the link below, where I spoke about in March there was going to be a huge migration, and sadly it is coming to pass, sadly. And being someone who is Haitian, and I have my Haitian flag, the first freed black republic in the Western Hemisphere, freedom fighters who went to South America and also to the United States to fight for other people's freedom, to liberate other people, okay? The same country who told France, fuck your slavery, okay? Nobody deserves to be up under someone else, okay? And it seems like throughout the history of the world, it seems like human beings always seem to feel it's cool to subjugate someone to our bullshit. Well, Haiti said, take your people and your bullshit and get the fuck out. And we paid a very, very valuable price for freedom. Freedom is not free, okay? I can make a whole video about what really happened to Haiti, but I'm not even going to bother, because you know why? People who support Donald Trump, they will support him to the end. So I'm just going to make this video. I'm very proud to be Haitian. I am all about the islands, all about loving your blackness, loving your Africanness, loving where you came from. And I don't care what you say about my country. I don't care about what you say about Africa, the continent of Africa. I don't care about what you say about Haiti. You know, immigrants come to this country and work extremely hard for everything that they have. And it's amazing what people who have Italian like last names and Greek last names, like all of these heavily Eastern European names and just European last names in general, have something to say when your ancestors didn't. Okay, I'm done. Let me start on this reading. Because I was going my little rant, and I said, nope, let me just do this reading. Because y'all know how I feel, honey. Y'all know how I feel. Red and blue all day. Sac passe. Okay, why don't we go? And guys, stop trying to change people's minds who support Donald Trump. He's doing what they put him in office to do. I don't even argue with Trump supporters. I don't say anything. I say, guys, prepare for these midterm elections. Prepare for the next presidential election. Prepare, okay? They can deport as many foreigners and as many immigrants as they want, but it still doesn't change the fact that the demographics of America has changed, and we still have more foreigners who still have the right to vote. So let our ballots speak, okay? That's all I have to say about that when it comes to like Donald Trump. The war ground is your votes. So let me start off and see. Oh God, guys, let me start off and see what is going to happen. And will it pass? Will Donald Trump's DACA pass? Will Donald Trump's DACA pass? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. It's going to pass, but with a lot of fight and a lot of modifications, okay? It's going to pass, but it's going to be with a fight. It's not going to be clear. It's not a clear sweep. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's going to pass. His DACA is going to pass, but he's going to modify something about it that doesn't make it as bad, but spiritually it still feels like a mass exodus movement of the people. It still feels like a lot of people are going to be sent away. Now there's also there is a issue. There's gonna be something else is going to come up. The money, the actual money to get this done. So Donald Trump is going to try to find money or raise up money in order to get all of these people taken out of the actual country. This sounds crazy, but I almost feel a new department is actually about to be created to actually get money to actually kick people out of the country. Something feels new. Something feels like it's being built. It feels weird. It feels like, okay, the bill passed or it's been signed in. What do? We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough money to get rid of all of these people. So I see it as, okay, let's come to the table and start to figure out how are we going to raise funds or raise money to get rid of all of these immigrants. There's a major issue with money, guys. There's a major issue with funding this. What's funny is I think they're going to do a huge sweep in March. Huge sweep. They're going to get rid of a lot of people in March and April. So guys, if you're here illegally, you may want to hide or you may want to disappear off the face of the earth for a hot minute, because right now you need to go into hiding, because April, really, in all honesty, from April to May, huge sweep, a lot of, it's gonna be wild. I almost feel like when you go to the airport, you're about to view people getting like deported. It's gonna be like wild, but it's going to take them a while to get the money up, and then also they're trying to figure out how they're going to execute this. So what I think is going to happen, but I need to have the actual cards tell me, okay? Other countries are going to fight back, y'all. A lot of countries are not going to, there's gonna be this is crazy, but I think Haiti and some of these African countries is going to refuse to take people or refuse to accept it's something is gonna come up where some countries are saying, look, we're not taking anyone. It's something wild. It may be Haiti, but I see people actually putting up a fight to not take back some of these immigrants. It doesn't feel like Mexico or Central America, but some countries are going to say we're not accepting anyone right now at the moment. It's going to create another problem. This is bringing me here. It's bringing me to a lot of people. It's sad, y'all. It really is sad. They're about to hold, because this in a way it backfires, because people literally people are going to be put in jail. And it's not jail, it almost feels like a concentration camp. It's not a concentration camp, but it feels like people putting you in these camps since your country is not accepting you back. It's like it backfires in a way, because now you have to live in prison and you have to live in these camps, guys. This is very dangerous. This is going to cause a lot of problems for Donald Trump internationally. It's like one problem. You think sending back all of these people was going to work, but it caused international chaos. It caused international problems. It caused things to not. Donald Trump is going to be surprised how this actually, in the long run, ends up creating more problems in the long run. Now we have a great deal of people who are stuck in this country they're not taking them back. So now we have a brand new prison, y'all. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad. This is where we see, I almost feel like maybe 1 million people or close to 1 million people, 500. It's sad, y'all. Like, I can't even get past that. It's just sloppy, y'all. There's no good way to clean this up. This is going to be one of the biggest disasters in Donald Trump's administration. It's going to always haunt him. People are always going to bring up like Daca. They're always going to bring it up as one of the biggest failures and one of the biggest wastes of money. It's going to haunt him through his whole administration. Around, let me see, around September, October, you're going to see more people getting like deported again. I think some countries are going to lift their tariffs or whatever and start taking I'm hearing a controlled amount of people back. Not everyone back, but a controlled amount of people back. So this is when Donald Trump is going to start seeing some victory around September, October of like 2018. It's bad, y'all. It really is. It just feels like an ongoing problem, like a problem that it's so crazy, because Donald Trump, he's gonna say that the program is going well, when really it's just, it's like putting a very deep cut on a band-aid, and it's bleeding and it's gushing and it's oozing, and you're like, get another syringe and throw it on top of the wound. It's like a bleeding wound that he's going to say, oh no, everything has worked out, everything is in plan, but really it's a nightmare on Elm Street, and he's trying to cover it up. It will start to smooth out more so towards the end of our year, where the deportation will keep going, but it's going to be more like, it's like they send a certain amount of people away per month. It's gonna be more controlled, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all are here illegally or your visa has expired, run. Hide over people's houses. Do whatever you got to do. Hide. All of the Africans, all of the Hispanics, all of the Haitians, hide, bitch, hide. Hide for the next few years. Stay low. Don't drive. Do whatever you got to do. If you want to head back, then head back. But people don't even understand how hard it is to come here to the United States. Like, just in general. So, hide, y'all. I'm just being honest. Hide. Because they're coming. Okay. Let's see something. what is the overall success of Daca? What is the overall success of the Daca? It's successful, y'all. What is the overall success? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. It's successful. It's very successful in the long run. In the beginning, it's a mess. Like, the first 6 months is a hot ass mess, and Donald Trump is never gonna be able to hear. But 10 months, it's gonna finally come into place. People are being sent back, honey. All types of people, all types of people are being sent back. Red, white, blue, everybody is being sent back. But again, a lot of countries are not accepting people. It's still coming up as an issue. So what is the overall success? It's successful, but it's still not well organized, okay? It's not well executed, okay? It's not well done, okay? So behind it is very sloppy. It's very sloppy work. Let me see. Will this help Donald Trump's presidency? Will this help Donald Trump's presidency? Will this help Donald Trump's presidency? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. You know what's crazy? People are going to take him more seriously internationally because he did what a lot of countries have been scared to do. So it's crazy because it leads other countries to start doing the same thing that he's doing. So even though it's gonna make people say, well, if he can do it, we can too. So don't be surprised if you hear in like Europe and a lot of other countries, if they start to do mass exodus of people too. It's like he inspired other countries to start doing like the same thing. Yeah, they're about to start sending people away too in droves. Spirit is saying how it looks in 4 years, it is what they're going to say, but this is going to still ruin his legacy. He's just not going to be favored. And as we all know, you can send back a whole bunch of immigrants, but there's still a lot of immigrants who have legal citizenship. They sure do. And they're going to still vote against Donald Trump. It's going to inspire other countries to do the same thing, but overall, it's not going to help Donald in the next election. So, because it's going to be interesting. Okay. Let me see something. Y'all, it's like having diarrhea and you take a shit and then you realize that the toilet can't flush and there's no toilet paper. It's very it's just all over the place. How will the children be affected? How will the children be affected? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. course, children who are being separated from their, you know, sad. And very last minute, it's like they come like a thief in the night. Hide your kids, young adults, hide out, because they do come. If you're in school, drop out of school. It's gonna get crazy, like wild. So drop out of school, do what you have to do to stay safe. A fight. They're not about to stand there. Like, a lot of young people are going to fight for the right to stay in this country. They don't care if it's legal, illegal, they're going to put up a fight. And they will receive some type of financial assistance. So that there's going to be some type of program, or people, us as a people, are going to come together to try to, someone major is also going to speak up against what is going on. A lot of rallying, a lot of protesting. The hardest part is the really young kids. This is going to be crazy. This is sad. They have hope. A lot of hope. A lot of hope. Something is gonna pass. I think something is gonna be done for the younger kids who are here illegally. Something is gonna be done for them. It's still not a great program, but something is going to happen for the children who are really young and came here that they got some type of leeway or some type of pass, but it's still not a great program. It's still very iffy, because I think Donald Trump is going to draw a lot of heavy criticism for sending back young, like kids under the age of 12 or whatever. I think he's going to do something for them, or I don't know. It just seems like there's an issue here. But it's still a situation where it's very heartbreaking. Because all of that fighting, it still leads you to being sent back to your country unless you're, you know, a minor. One question I did want to ask, but my battery's about to die, is how it's going to affect our economy. So let me see if I can throw a card real quick. How is this going to affect our economy? Oh crap. 5, 4. Yeah, so I had to stop filming outside because it was getting colder, and then the actual sun started to come down, and I was just like, you know what, it's time for me to go inside. So yeah, so I think I am recording again. I'm going to use the Ghetto Tarot. This is what I'm about to use, and I'm about to go and see. This camera is too far down. Let me see. Ain't that better? Okay. And I'm about to ask a question. I'm about to ask, how is the economy going to do during Daca? I just wanted to know. And I'm about to pick the Queen of Pentacles to be an example of how the economy is going to be during Daca, or how is Daca going to affect our economy? Because as we know, immigrants do a lot of jobs that, you know, so-called born here in this country are not necessarily willing to do. And so why don't we see, and this thing is so thick in my hands that I always have a hard time shuffling these, but just basically wanting to see how is our economy going to be affected by mass deportation, people being sent back home. And I still mean it. Hide your kids, hide your wife, okay? If you're not here legally and you're under the Daca, you may want to start making some plans, because in the cards it just doesn't look good. You know, I'm not here to give people a false sense of security. I'm not that type of reader. You have a lot of readers that remind me of like Durin Virtue, who read to be positive, but this is a situation that is very critical, and this is not time for angel or oracle card readings. No offense to anybody who does, because I read them too, but this is a serious matter which deserves a serious, insightful reading. So that's why I'm very proud of being Haitian, because as an islander, we're very realistic people. It's not about the foo-foo and, ooh girl, you going on a cruise. No, it's about, you need to get your shit in order. Like, for real. Those are the type of readings I give, and if you can't handle it, don't call me, because you'll be upset after you get off the phone, you know. So, you know, islanders don't play with their readings. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's not all fire and brimstone, but it's gonna bring up stuff. But that's just how it is. But why don't we go into how is Daca going to affect our economy? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Let's see. How is this going to affect our economy? It's what I thought. It's what I thought. I just keep hearing a waste. It's going to be a waste of resources for our economy. And it's also speaking in terms of us not really even having enough money, or wanting to put enough money in executing it properly. Just our economy is just in a, it's weird. It's like it doesn't bring up our economy, but it's almost speaking in terms of there's some sense of lost focus, or a focus is being lost. That's almost what the cards are telling me. Things having to be rearranged or something. I hate to say this, but whatever the immigrant market used to fuel, it's gonna take them a while to reorganize everything. It's gonna take them a while. It's gonna take them a while. It's speaking in terms of it's a journey to recovery. A journey, like a recovery that takes time. A recovery that doesn't happen overnight. So when we do lose certain people, it's not the economy. It's going to balance itself out, but it's going to take time. We are going to lose money. And Donald Trump is going to make all of these promises, but I don't see them coming to... We're going to lose money. We're gonna lose money, but it's not immediately either. It's not immediately. And again, there's this hardship. There's this hardship in making it all come together. So when our economy is having issues, something just is not coming together when it comes to how DACA is going to affect our economy. Something is not, it's like two people who've been in a fight and can't seem to make it work. It's something that is going to split the world from the people, and it's a very sharp split. So it's telling me it's felt, not immediately, but over time. We're going to feel how the DACA has affected us and how this large exodus of immigrants is not immediate. It's going to be something that takes time. But when we do feel it, this machete separating us from the world and from being able to agree is major. It's showing a lot of strife. It's showing a lot of problems. My issue is, how is the cost of food going to be? You know what I'm saying? Things are just off balance. It's not, for some reason, it's not, y'all. It's gonna be, when it comes to people leaving, it's gonna take whatever economy that the illegal or the immigrants used to fuel. It's not going to piece itself together overnight. It's going to take time, and we're going to feel it. Okay, we're going to feel it. It's not an immediate feel, but when it does hit us, we're gonna be like, what the fuck, beep? It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like a joke that went bad. Because whatever economy they fuel, at first it's not bad, but then it gets bad. It gets really bad. And we'll see it later on in 3 to 4 years. So it's not immediate. So everyone who's like rejoicing about a mass, you know, sending people back, you can laugh now, but in the long run, it actually does hurt our certain major economies in this country. Like, it just does. So it's like wanting something to happen. It's like being like, I hope that bitch fall down the steps. And then she does. And then she falls down and breaks her neck and dies. And you're like, oh shit, I just wanted her to feel a little bit of pain. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I'm about to attend a damn funeral. It's like that. So how is the mass immigration going to, a lot of cars wanting to fall out, y'all. How is this mass immigration going to affect the cost of our food? How is this mass immigration going to affect our cost of food? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. We're going to go looking for other options, other ways to get food, or to get food grown. So we're about to look for other options, ways of growing food, of picking food without having them. We're going to look more into outside markets, into outside resources. So food that used to be grown here, expect a lot of farmers to lose a lot of money if that was your base. So we're going to start looking out into other places to do business with other places. But this snake and this, something about this is something sneaky. because it's done by night. So it's something that I don't think the American public is going to be fully aware of. And yes, the cost of food is going to go up. It's not, but it's just, it keeps telling me it's not a drastic up in the beginning. It's steadily, it goes up. It goes up. It's like a steady rise, a steady rise, a steady rise, until we're kind of like, oh yeah, we are running out of, we are running out of food. Certain fruits and vegetables and meats are going to be more like limited. But we are in the phases of negotiation. 3 to 4 years is a major number for our economy when it comes to dealing with this mass immigration that we're facing. Yeah, guys, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be the whole thing of us looking for food in really other places. I just hope it doesn't come from China, because we already know how China is. I just hope it ain't China. That's all I can say. How will Daca affect our country in the long run? How will it affect our country in the long run? How will the Daca and mass immigration, mass deportation, affect our country in the long run? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. I can't make this shit up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just reading over these cards. It's people trying to survive. I see a lot of 3 to 4 years, y'all, is when we'll really know how it, but it feels like a survival energy. It's going to open the door for more very crazy immigration laws, not just in this country but in other countries too. It's like we kind of kicked in the door with how things with immigration is going to be handled for the next 3 to 4 years. And if you think about it, that's Donald Trump's whole term. So I think something is going to change after Donald Trump, because I don't think he's going to get elected back into office. I don't, because it's speaking in terms of a change that will come after 3 to 4 years, but by then we'll be feeling how it really affected our lives. It's like it almost felt like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, kind of. It had that type of energy. The cards were really funny. It was speaking in terms of, I'm trying to figure out how it's going to make wealthy people even more wealthy, which I find that concept to be very interesting. So I guess people are I don't even understand how that's going to happen, but it is. And somebody asked me about what the justice system is going to do. And really, guys, I feel like the justice system, I feel like justice's hands is tied. I literally feel like their hands are tied. I don't feel like